And we're off. Welcome to another episode of the Thanks for Sharing podcast. We're on. Let's get these sponsors out of the way. We are brought to you by, I was corrected last week, but I'm going to continue to say bought. We are brought to you by Dan Rouse at Cherry Hill Nissan. I thought it was Mitsubishi.
Wait, it's not?
No, it's Nissan. I don't think they make Mitsubishis anymore. KO Pest Control.
My money.
Yeah, I want my money, Dan. He actually stopped by Applebee's and left me a very generous tip. So, love you, Dan. KO Pest Control, KCD Construction, Pace Roofing, Colt Recording, Hoover Delivery Service, ERT Restoration, Black Sparrow Tattoo, Art History, Four Seasons Landscaping, Sharky's Barber Shop, RD Realty, Bone Marrow, Capital Adjustment, Santini's Grill, and A-Plus Insurance at Tyson and Castor if you need your car insured. At least I think they do car insurance.
Some great sponsors, man.
I got great sponsors. I know. People hit me up. They're like, what do I need to do? And I'm like, I don't know. What do you want to do? I leave it up to people's imaginations.
You're a businessman, bro.
I am a businessman.
I love it.
Not a good one.
I love it.
You know.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, but we just picked up KCD Construction, my buddy Josh, who I will have on this podcast sooner or later.
Yeah. That's the other thing is like I feel I recognize a few of those names like Sharkies. I know them.
Yeah.
Like these are like cats that like are like your bros and that are like a part of your.
Well, I want other people to succeed.
100.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, Joe.
So if every week they hear that shit and they're just like, oh man, this is great.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
It's a plug, bro.
I used to do bigger companies that like will never see this, and I'm like just like Nike. I would do all the time. I'm like, Nike, send me shoes. I have a whole room filled.
I mean, one day you can do it.
Yeah. Today we got the legend. We got Mr. Matthew Schuler, Matt Schuler on Instagram. 50 Mats.
Man.
I will use this as a humble brag on myself. I'm happy to have on my YouTube channel someone who has broken 1 million views on YouTube. So it's a bragging right for me. So
thanks, man.
When I see other people and they're like, love the podcast, I can just big dick them real quick and be like, my last guest had 2 million views on YouTube. What have you done?
Bro, I'm honored to be here, bro. Like you're a great guy, man.
I was excited to meet. When I first met you, I realized who you were because me and my mom, fun fact, used to watch The Voice all the time.
That's awesome, man.
And I was like, me and my mom are big fans, man.
I would love to meet your mom and thank her.
She's super nice lady.
I'm sure she is, man.
She wants to do the podcast.
Yeah? You're gonna have her as a guest?
I don't know.
Yo, do that, bro.
Yeah. She tries a lot.
People love that stuff.
Yeah.
My mom, she's pretty awesome, honestly. She's sick right now, actually.
Oh, God bless. I'll keep her in my prayers.
Thank you, man.
No problem.
Yeah,
you're a very spiritual guy, which I appreciate.
Bro.
Because I am too, but I don't talk about it a lot because I do stand up and people be like, you believe in God, weirdo? And I'll be like, all right.
You know? Yeah, bro. I mean, Jesus is my guy. Like, to say he's my homeboy is an understatement.
Yeah, that's your guy.
I don't have anything outside of him, bro.
See, when it comes to religion, I get weird about it.
I understand.
Because I'm dumb,
As
right?
do a lot of
Listen,
people.
I went to Catholic school.
Okay.
And I don't disbelieve. I believe 100%. I pray every day, every night before I go to bed.
Yeah.
I even have my kneecaps tattooed. They say hit them.
Get out.
Yep.
I want to see.
So I don't, well, I'm wearing long pants. I'll show you one day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I have it on there so I don't forget.
That's dope,
which still
man.
sometimes I forget.
Hey.
But last time I went to church, I was like sitting there and they were like, Jesus is the Son, God's the Father. And I get all that.
Yeah.
8 years of Catholic school. But like I'm so used to doing drugs, I was like, well, why am I middleman in this? Like I don't ask my friends' kids for advice. You know what I mean? I'll go to the plug if you would.
Listen, I mean, it's interesting. I love, the Catholic Church. There's things that, like I grew up in, like my grandpa, he was a preacher in the Baptist church in South Philly. He had a church for like 50 years. He was a bishop. My dad's church came out of that. So I'm a preacher's kid. So
nice.
I grew up in church the whole time.
Son of a preacher, man.
Yeah, come on, that's me.
I know.
But yeah, it's just like, for us, like we go through Jesus to get to the Father, like kind of like Lord you just said, instead of like they're like having to go to a priest and pray, like we're just pray in Jesus' name.
Yeah,
be like he hears me, man.
Yeah, I'm not against it whatsoever.
You've been through a lot, bro.
I've been through some stuff.
Listen, I respect you, though.
Yeah. Well, listen, the beautiful thing is I get to do this every week, and I realize I haven't been through that much. You know what I mean? Because some of my friends are just psychos, and I'm like, well, I had it pretty easy.
Listen, you've had some awesome guests on, and that's the thing. Like you're opening people's eyes to like different different walks of life, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can learn a lot watching your podcast, man.
Yeah, I try to keep it different. A lot of it's buddies I met in AA, buddies I met through doing music,
Yeah,
buddies I
yeah.
met through doing comedy. Like, I've had a couple comedians on, and just people I met in general who I just, like, I'm like, you would probably be fun to, like, I think of people.
Yeah.
There's some people coming up that, like, I don't even really know that well, and I just, like, message them. I'm like, well, you want to do this? And they're like, yeah, absolutely, dude.
That's great.
Who
bro.
are, like, friends of friends, and I'm like, you
Yeah.
seem like you would, you know. If you're a supportive person, chances are I'm going to be like, you should come on this shit. You know?
Come on.
Then I got friends who are just waiting. They're like, when are you going to have me on? I'm like, I don't know. When
Listen,
the schedule's crazy.
That's the thing. I thought you hated me for a while.
Yeah, I
When we
asked you in
talked about
January,
this.
and you just
Literally.
never checked your DMs.
Yo!
I didn't know I had your number the whole time either. I would have just texted you. Then I got a text from you one day. I'm like, I guess I do have Matt's number. Because Jeff kept saying, he was like, I'll get you Matt's number if you want. And I'm so weird. I was like, nah, just, you know, if you hit him up, just let him know.
We probably got at Rich's thing. We probably like.
Yeah, we
I
probably
can't remember
did,
how
man.
everything, but like I met you and you were really funny, and then you told me you had a special, and I just drooled over myself. But I heard
Yeah,
you
it's
had a
all right.
special. On
I wasn't going to
Amazon.
call you out on
Yeah,
it. You know?
sometimes you gotta call yourself out.
Yeah.
So
Well,
'cause
I
somebody
appreciate
was
it.
going to.
It's a HD camera,
So,
man. They're gonna
exactly,
pick
they
that up.
caught it
They're
all.
gonna-
Like
yeah.
it's like,
There you
yeah, like someone's
good.
gonna like rewind that.
Yeah,
But
they're going to catch you.
it's cool,
So
bro.
did you start singing in the church? Is that what you're...
I did,
yeah.
man. Yeah, bro. I mean, my mom, like, yo, she sings like Whitney Houston, bro.
Oh, all right.
Whitney Houston sings like my mom.
I like Whitney.
You know, she's great, bro.
Yeah, great.
But yeah, just kind of grew up watching her and singing in church, singing on the praise team and all that stuff. And,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like music is just such a beautiful thing, bro. Like early on, I just kind of like really latched onto it, and it was funny because like we grew up like watching American Idol and like shows like that.
Yeah.
I never really like thought I would like actually go on.
Now, did you ever try for American Idol or just The Voice?
I didn't. No, I didn't try from I just tried The Voice. I was a sophomore at Westchester.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I don't want to like be stuck doing something that I hate. And
Yeah. My brothers
like,
both went to Westchester.
Get out.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know you had siblings, bro.
I have two older brothers, yeah.
Get out of here. You're the youngest.
Yeah.
I'm the middle. I got a big brother and a little sister.
Yeah. There you go, man.
Yeah, man.
Middle
It's
child
cool.
syndrome.
It's cool, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like reverse because usually the middle child gets like forgotten.
Yeah.
Like my family won't leave me alone
Yeah, I know.
because I feel like they think I'm gonna like.
I feel like getting on TV will help you remember you have a middle child. And it's like, yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah, at the very least. All it takes is getting on
Remember who I
national
am.
television to be like, hey, I'm the middle child. I'm still here. And they're like, oh, yeah, I forgot about you, you know?
Yeah. I have an awesome family though, man. Like they've been super supportive, like
That's
all the way.
awesome.
Like
Yeah.
my big brother, like he's I don't know, like from little brother to little brother, like yo, like my big brother is the man, bro.
Yeah.
Like he never really like picked on me or anything. Like he always just took care of me. Like he from like literally there's a picture of my brother like holding me out fresh out the womb and he's like just grinning ear to ear. He's so happy to have a little brother and like he always reminds me, he's like, I took a vow that day
Wow.
to always protect you.
Very nice. I don't know if my brothers did that. We all get along very well, though. But
That's
no,
true.
I don't think my brothers ever took a vow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's heavy duty.
It is.
But no,
You
we
take-
all get along in my family. It's great. I refuse to leave them, you know?
Yeah.
I just stay there, and they're like, you know, I get a lot of people. They're like, you're 32, and you work at Applebee's. They're like, when are you going to move out? I'm like, never, you know?
Well, bro, I mean,
Yeah.
like, life is life. You do what you, like, feel called to do, man.
Yeah. Well, my ultimate
Like-
goal is to do stand-up full time. So if
Yeah.
I'm gone every weekend, I'm like, what's the point of,
No, I
you know what I mean?
respect that. I feel that. Yeah, so I was living in, actually not too far from here, off Keswick. What was 10206 Keswick?
Kind of like Morale, Chalfont area.
Yeah. So I was living
know.
up there for a little bit, and then but I just moved back in with my folks right before the pandemic hit. My dad, he's fighting stage 4 prostate cancer
Oh,
right
God
now.
bless.
So it's been, yeah, bro. So yo, everybody pray for my dad, yo.
Yeah.
But it's been real crazy, man. He's an awesome dude. I love him. Like my dad is just
Yeah.
the quintessential man's man. You know,
And you get
like,
to
he's
show up,
just-
man. That's a beautiful
yeah,
thing.
You know, yeah. So I'm home just taking care. You know, get him to his appointments. You know, like, he's actually at Fox Chase. He goes back and forth there to do like all his treatments and stuff. But
Alright.
yeah, man, that's kind of been like a lot of the pandemic has been like, you know, just
Dealing
us as a
with that,
family like
yeah.
rallying together. So
Shitty time to be going through all
it's
that, you know what I
tough,
mean?
man.
To go
Yeah.
through anything. But
yeah.
see, it's refreshing to hear that like some people are just genuine. They're just good people, you know what I mean? Genuinely good people. And Because like when I got into AA, when I got sober, it's like that stuff like that showing up for people is a foreign concept. Because I'm just so selfish, self-centered. That's like common in AA, and I'm just like, and I'm just a junkie to the core. So I'm like, I don't think of other people, dude. So it's always good when you meet someone who had like a good upbringing, and they're like, no, I care about my family. And I'm like, that's great, dude, you know. Not to say I didn't care about them, but it was just like, you know, some things were more important at the time.
Yeah, no, I understand, man. Yeah. But I don't know, bro. I don't know if I even believe in good people. I don't even think that's a thing, man.
Hey, there's just people. Everyone has their
real talk, bro. Yeah. And I mean, I think that's like one of the things for me that like, I don't know, grounds like my faith in God's like he's perfect. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like dog, he who has no sin, let him cast the first stone, point blank. So like that's why I just judge not lest you be judged. I like whatever everybody's going through, that's like everybody's got a path that they're trying to walk. You know? So
and
like,
we all have our moments, believe me.
Yeah.
I had one yesterday. I was at work and some lady left me a shitty tip. But she left her cigarettes in the booth, and I saw them. I just left them there, and I was like, if she comes back, she can come back, but I'm not going out of my way. And the host threw them out. I didn't know that. And she came back, and she was like, my cigarettes were here. I found them in the trash like an hour after she left. There was 4 Newports in there. I was like, you drove back to Applebee's to get 4 Newports.
That's wild. But I mean, you reap what you sow.
Yeah,
like
it's karma, right? I tried to justify it, but ultimately I felt bad.
If she gave you a better tip, maybe you would have felt more inclined.
I would have fucking ran to her car. I would have just fucking jumped on the windshield. I'd be like, you forgot your 4 Newports.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what are you going to do, man? So I'm so fascinated with the whole idea of just going on the show. And I'm sure you probably talked it to death, maybe not in a while, but it's all good.
It's a great story. I love it.
It is a great story. So my head goes to... I don't know. See, like I watched the show since the beginning, and I think like
for
maybe
real, like season 1, bro.
Yeah,
come on, you're an OG fan.
I think like 2 or 3 seasons after you, I just lost interest because I was just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you were season 5, am I correct?
Yeah. Come on, shit. Bro. You know.
I know shit, man. Yeah, so like maybe after season 7, I was like, I get it. You know what I mean? They changed the judges up. I like the chemistry, but who the fuck am I? I'm not like a Hollywood exec. And I'm like, why would they break this up? You know what I mean? But were you the first ever like fastest 4-chair turn around? Were you the fastest ever?
I think I was, bro. That's what they said.
Pretty mind blowing. What's the feeling like when that happens? Are you just like, you seem pretty composed watching it? Like I can watch it on YouTube, and I'm just like, well, he seems composed. You know what I mean? Like, did part of you know you were going to get at least 1 chair?
No, bro. Not man.
Because you do have a beautiful voice, man.
Thank you.
You straight up sing your balls off. So, like, I would assume if I could sing like that, I'm at least getting 1 chair.
I just want to hear you sing, bro. We got to do that.
I
did not know you sang. Man.
Yeah, it's deep in the archives of the Graham. You can check it out.
Get out
somewhere. Yeah.
Come on.
I'm
hyped now. I'm hyped. I'm gonna go find it.
I used to love doing music, and now I love doing this more. So I'm like,
that's dope, man.
Yeah.
And you're funny, bro. Like I've watched your special at least twice.
Oh,
maybe
thank you.
3 times.
I try, you know.
I really enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty ballsy move to do a stand-up special, an hour of material.
It was dope.
6 months into doing stand-up.
Really?
Yeah.
That was you were fresh.
Yeah, and I never even tried to do an hour. That like literally that was my first attempt at an hour was filmed.
Wow.
And it's on Amazon. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, right? But how did you even get that plug? Like, it's so lit.
So, Marston House, the recording studio where all those ciphers that Biz was rapping at.
Yeah,
like
wait, that was the same spot?
Yeah, that was the same spot.
Because the backdrop is really dope.
Well, Rich did a lot of like ciphers there. Biz, all the local like rappers
Where
in
was
Philly.
That at? Oh, so it was in Philly? Or?
Yeah, it's at 9th and Dolphin.
Dope.
Yeah, but so
really cool.
Steve was recording Dumb Ugly. Steve Skaggs, the one owner of Marston House, he was recording Dumb Ugly. So it all worked out like this. Mark was making beats. Him and Stress started talking and said, who do you want to work with? I'll get you whoever. And strangely enough, Mark said, I want to work with Biz. And Jeff and Biz have a...
That's so dope.
They have an interesting relationship, I'll say.
Yeah.
Would you say? So they started working together. They went...
Stress posted by... he like reposted me on his Instagram.
Yeah. So Mark got reposted by Stress, and
that's where that's how Corey started following me.
Oh, so okay, so that's how.
But that's who I'd always wanted to do a record with, like, and that's the truth. So he was the one dude I wanted to do an album with. So Jeff hooked that up, and it was like that was the lane.
Yeah.
And Dumb Ugly.
Yeah, so they started doing Dumb Ugly.
Come on.
They recorded at Marston House. I
Big
went with
fan.
them a lot.
Yeah.
And I just would talk to Steve, and Steve was like, I always wanted to record a comedy album. So we did that. He set it up. He said, you can use the Cypher room, which yet again, like the magic of a camera lens. Like that room's kind of tiny. And we
Really?
packed like what would you say, like 150
Yeah, it
people
sounds like
in
there's
there?
a lot of people in there.
I rented 70 chairs. I remember that. Yeah, and there was like 20 there already, and then there was people in the hallway.
That's so dope, bro.
Yeah.
And yo, that was like, who all came through? It's just like, you're just dope promos, like friends and family. Like,
Well,
what's
I
good?
promoted it, the shit out of it.
Come
I was
on.
just annoying every day on social
Yeah.
media. And I did it on the day of my sobriety anniversary. So when I had 6 years sober, that's the night we shot it. Because normally I would speak at an AA meeting. I was like, I'd rather do stand-up,
Yeah.
which is kind of, AA gave me a life. So AA should probably come first. But we shot that.
I feel like that was almost like, it was like an AA meeting. You were like testifying, bro.
Yeah.
You just shared all your stories, but they were hilarious.
All true stories. So it was only going to be an album. I wanted to film it too.
Oh wait, is it an album? Is there like audio?
Yeah, it's on Spotify. It's the same thing as the
out.
special. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Get out.
So all the audio from that special is on.
Get
Yeah.
out.
So
I gotta check that out. Definitely.
Davron, who's the man who does a lot of work for this podcast,
Yeah,
him and Mark known each other forever, and Davron does all of Mark's music videos. And
Crazy.
I remember we were at a Dumb Ugly show. I think it was a variety show that I was on at Connie's Rick Rack. Davron was there, and I said, "Hey, would you film my special for me?"
Wow.
And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Let me know what you want for money." And he was like, "You got it, man. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "All right, great."
That's what's up.
Huh?
That's what's up.
I remember I said, "How much would it cost?" And you said, "You can't afford me, but I'll do it for you." And I was like, "All right."
Then I'll do it off the humble, bro.
Yeah. And he's great. He's great at what he does. So I got extremely
He
blessed and
crushes
lucky.
this, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he crushes this.
Cool.
So I got blessed and lucky with the whole thing. Yeah.
That's great. And then the Amazon Prime joint, you just like,
Yeah, that's the same thing. That's all the same thing. When we recorded the album, he shot the video for it.
and they just like, cause I don't even know how you get on Amazon Prime.
I don't really know, to be honest. See, I know nothing about technology.
That's
Steve
awesome,
Skaggs got it up there, the guy who owns Marston House.
Oh, okay.
And it needed subtitles. I know that. Which sounds dumb when you hear it. Like, people are like, you can't upload it without subtitles. And you're like, why? And they're like, because there's deaf people in the world who need subtitles. And I'm like, right.
Wow.
But my head's thinking like
Definitely.
smaller picture. Like, I made this myself. That I don't know any deaf people. They're not going to watch it.
But it's
you
great
know what
though.
I
It's
mean?
quality, bro.
Yeah, I can
John's
say, I
quality.
can talk into the Comcast remote and I can say my name. It pops up.
Yes, you can. That's lit.
Yeah, I'll be like, Joe White. And it's like, do you want to watch this piece of shit? And I'm like, yep.
Stop,
that's what I wanna watch. So that's how it all went down.
That's so dope.
Yeah, not as an exciting story as being on The Voice, I don't think.
No, man.
But still,
Sick.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing, bro, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it to know. It's like I know that guy,
Oh, thanks, man. I do it with you too. I'm like, I know that guy, man. That's pretty crazy.
and that's the thing, bro. And we can both say that and put each other on, and like, and that's what you do, man.
That's a beautiful thing too,
Yeah.
dude. So
But yeah, to come back to, because
Yeah.
literally, I flipped it on you and made this all about you.
yeah, and that's
because
fine. I talk a lot on this, and it's
I love it. I want to.
to.
I want to know.
But
your
I was like
stories.
legitimately excited because I was thinking about all this stuff about it, and I was like, what's that feeling like? Are you just
Yeah.
like?
yeah,
You have to be like shocked beyond belief when all four of them flip that chair around.
yeah,
like-
yeah. You're
And these
funny.
are some of the biggest names in music.
Yeah, man.
And you're just like, oh shit, that's crazy.
100%. Yeah, it was wild. I definitely, bro, a lot of prayer went into it, bro. I mean, honestly, like for me, it always comes back to God. Like that's just
Yeah.
it's who I am. You know.
What ultimately made you
Yeah.
decide your coach? See, this is where I want to get.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so fascinated by
No,
this.
yeah.
What makes you decide that? Because I would never pick Christina Aguilera because she's a very attractive woman. So, like in my head,
Yeah.
I would think I have some sort of shot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, she wants me on her team.
Yo, it was wild, man.
I probably would have went with Blake Shelton, if I'm honest with
Yeah.
you. And I'm not a big country music. I don't hate
Yeah.
country music. I just
Well,
like,
he'd won like 20 times.
yeah.
at that
And I
point.
like this vibe.
Yeah,
was
he's
just-
a really cool
He
guy.
was just there to have
Everyone
a good
was
time.
super chill.
Yeah.
Like everyone that I met on the show was really, really nice. But yeah, I mean, going into it, like, I was just like, yo, I gotta go in there and have fun. Like I do
Absolutely.
this because it's fun. I do this. I sing because I love to sing. it's a gift I've been given, like, and I want other people to have fun with me. So I guess like that, you know, really helped to ease the pressure, you know, going like, cause I started my song a cappella, so I was just like, it was just me. And
big move, man.
Yeah, bro. It was but it was cool. Like, I didn't realize it back then, but it was like good for ratings, you know?
Yeah.
Cause like the show was called The Voice, so like, and then I don't know, like somehow it all worked out like that, you know? And like they were like, yo, well, let's put this kid up front, and then like the coaches responded, you know, to what they heard, and I was just like, at that point, like I opened my eyes, like I remember. Like from my point of view, of course, like I've seen the video like a dozen, 100,000 times. It's like, yo, this is my life. Like this actually happened, you know?
That really happened
like,
to you, man.
Right? It's crazy.
But the sound's loud from the chairs. I don't know if they edit that in.
Bro, they do actually.
Oh, okay. I figured that.
Because on it, like, and they told us that like going in, it's like, yeah, because like if there was a big do like while you're singing,
it's gonna fuck you up. It's gonna knock you off your square.
100%. So all I saw was like these bright white lights that like, you know, and they all like flipped around. Like I opened my eyes, I'm singing like right at the part where like I'm done singing a cappella, I open my eyes and just see all them flip around at the same time. It was like, yo, like what is happening? And I was just like, all right, well, cool. Like I got their attention now. Now it's like the hard part is over.
Fun with it.
Let's just exactly. It's like let's just have fun. And I was like getting the crowd involved and stuff too. It was really, really dope, man. I'll never forget that night. It was crazy.
So what was the final decision on the judge? Why did you go the way you went?
I don't know, bro. Well, all right. Well, the producers of the show, like, they're really dope. Like, they really help us with everything. But I was talking to this one. Her name is Nicole. Super sweet, awesome. And I was like, like going up there, like probably gonna choose like Adam or CeeLo or whatever. She's like, no. You know what you're gonna do? It's like you're gonna go up there. They're all gonna love you for one. Yeah. And then you're going to listen to what they have to say, and because like the thing is, you need a coach that's gonna fight for you until America gets to vote for you, like a coach that's going to like keep you in this competition. Like you need someone that's really passionate about you. And I was like, yeah, no, you're right. And so I got up there just with an open heart and open mind, and I just felt like Christina was really like gunning for me, you know. To me, she's like, yo, let me be the first female coach to win this. Also, like, yo, I mean, she seems determined. She's ready to go. So like, let's do it. And you know, so I chose Christina, man. I mean, it helps that she's an amazing artist. Yeah, very beautiful, you know, and all those things.
Well, so, me and my one buddy got into an argument one time because he's like big into music, and he knows I played music forever. Yeah. And like his favorite band's Alice in Chains, which I love. Alice
Get
in
out!
Chains.
I just got into them.
Yeah, and he was like, "Do you think Lane Staley's one of the best vocalists of all time, like top 10?" I was like, "No, not even like, you know what I mean." He has a great voice. A great voice. Yeah, but I'm like of all time. And I was like, Christina Aguilera. I remember I used her as an example. I was like, can sing her balls off, dude.
Bro, her voice is
if she had balls. It's
she's
2021.
Like this big too, bro. Like she's
yeah.
Not, but like this.
That always trips me up when you see someone like you see on TV and you're like, oh damn, you're not that tall. And you're like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like in my head, I have an idea of how tall Rogan is because I saw this comedian Ian Edwards, black Jamaican dude, very funny. Yeah. And I saw him live, and like I'm taller than him, and I'm not a tall dude. And I seen pictures of him and Rogan next to each other, and they're like the same height. And I was like, damn.
Get out.
Rogan's small, man. Wow. He could also murder me with his mind alone, you know? Yeah. I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying. Rogan, yeah. But I love the magic of like edits and stuff, you know what I mean? Yeah. Especially on a reality TV show, because it's like how long are you up there making the decision? Because on TV, it makes it seem like 2 seconds. I'm sure they give you more time than that.
The crazy thing, for me, it was weird. Like, I mean, I felt like I was up there for a while. Yeah. Honestly, like, just going back and forth, like, rapping with it. Because they're hilarious. They were just like, you know, like, it was so cool. Like, they had me cracking up. Because Blake's over here is like, yo, man, if you pick me, like, and my wife sees it, like, that's going to be good for me. I'm like, yo, over here, dying, cracking up.
Plus, it's good to have 4 celebrities fight over you. You know what I mean? Like, that must be a feeling.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's funny. Like, I feel like God made me really oblivious, like, to a lot of the great, amazing things, or like, almost just like hard headed enough that I like don't let things go to my head.
Yeah.
Like I'm too dumb to be cocky because I know like I mean the next second I could lose everything, you know, and like kind of having that perspective is like it helps you to be grateful for it and like just like it is what it is and just like kind of it's a blessing and a curse because then I don't always take everything in or like sometimes I don't appreciate everything that I've been given because I just like go on from one thing to the next, you know, but I think it's one thing that helps me not to, I don't know, be arrogant because I think that's the first thing that like that's like as soon as you do like you're on the downhill already.
I would have been
know?
a monster if I went through that. When I came home, I would have been like,
But that's the thing. He's made me too dumb to be that.
So
way.
that is
I'm
a good
very,
thing.
I'm
Yeah.
happy about it.
Yeah, I put a special ad on Amazon that not that many people watch, and I'm like, do you know who the fuck I am, dude? And people are like, no one cares, man. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
I love it.
I can bring myself to reality pretty quick, but I get a case of the don't you know who the fuck I am's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good feeling though.
I'm always like, yo, if like they don't respect you, it's like they will.
Yeah,
You know, they'll know.
well, I always
And
get a
it's
good
like-
I always get a good giggle because big on social media is usually like, if you don't have haters, you're not doing a good job. I'm like, if you have haters, you just have people who hate you. They're just shitty people. I don't think it's a sign of you're doing good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think some people are just assholes and they like to hate.
I don't know why, but you're right.
I know, yeah.
Makes no sense, man.
I guess people just say it to make themselves feel better if someone's hating on them. And it's
Which
like, I'm
is
doing
sad,
something
too,
right.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Can we all just get along?
I've had people hate on me straight to my face, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess there's no reason to be that mean, but that's fine.
Yeah. But at the same time, I also feel like, yo, if everybody likes you, then that can be a bad thing too. Because then I mean, you're just a people pleaser at that point.
Exactly.
Like there's nothing, like, what's the word? There's nothing like definitive about you. You know,
Yeah.
that like you want people to either like really really like you or really really hate you sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, because like it's I don't know, it makes it so you're an authentic person. You know,
Yeah.
because not everyone is going to like you. Period. That's just the way life works.
Oh yeah, and so
You know?
like my one of my rules of thumb is I leave an open book on everyone, dude.
Yeah.
Because I can think one way about you, and then something can happen where I'm like, maybe you're not as bad as I projected in my head, which I change my opinion on people all the time. You know what I mean?
And I think that's the best way.
So
to
it's
live.
good, but I got it in me to be like, fuck that person, you know what I mean? And like I could be way off and be like, oh, they're actually real nice, and not fuck them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Art can go the other way. I can really like you, then I see something, and I'm like, ah, fuck that guy, you know? Yeah, fuck them. How dare they? You know what I mean? I do it all the time, and it's all scenarios made up in my head, so there's no like justifiable reason. So if I ever speak ill of anyone, it's you know, you caught me at a bad time. Like I really don't mean it, or you did something where I'm just like I could be way off, and I'm just frustrated. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
I try to keep an open book on people. I'm quick to forgive or squash any notion of being like, because the thing I get a lot from people, and this happened like throughout years of being in AA, you meet so many people in AA because people are constantly in and out,
Right.
struggling, fighting.
Yeah.
And I've been around a while, and I don't know. I guess it sounds cocky if I say I'm like a little charismatic, but I'm just me all the time. You know what I mean? The same dude
beautiful
that's
thing,
on that
man.
stage cracking jokes. That's me in an AA meeting, which might not be the best place to do that kind of stuff, but
Listen, I support it, bro.
yeah, it's better than going to open mics. I mean, you get a free 5 minutes to just be like, hey, man, I'm going to try this shit out. Or I'll just talk about my day and see what's going on, you know? But I have a lot of people who came up to me and just say, like, I hated you when I first met you, but I like you.
Wow.
And I'm like, you don't need to tell me that at all. You can just leave that out. You know what I mean?
I could have been done without knowing how much you hated me behind closed doors.
Or like, say if you post a new song and someone's like, this is actually really good. Like, you don't need to throw the actually out there.
Right? It's
Just
that
say it's
one
good.
word.
Yeah.
You know,
Be
this
like-
is actually.
Be like, I like this shit a lot, man. Yeah.
Oh man.
I can only imagine. So you progress on The Voice, right? So this is my thing, and this is as a viewer, dude. I feel like the judges fuck you sometimes, dude. I could be wrong. I mean, you went through it, so you know what I mean? But, like, see, I watch it, and there's some people, and you have a strength as a singer. You are pretty all around, not trying to toot your fucking horn, but I feel like you're an all around. They could give you, like, fucking, here you go, man. Do this song and fucking slam it out of the park. But
Thanks, man.
I don't know what season it was. There was this girl. She did "The Scientist" by Coldplay, And
Bro, that was probably. I mean, was that my season? It might have been.
I don't know.
Holly.
It was a blonde.
Was she blonde? Yes,
Yeah,
that's
cute.
my girl, bro.
Yeah.
I love her. That's
and
my
she had
sis.
a nice airy voice. You know what I mean?
She crushed that.
And then when she got to like the next thing, they're like, "We're gonna push you out of your comfort zone." I'm like, "Hey, why don't you don't do that with like a voice like that? You play to your strengths." I feel, and I could be fucking dead wrong. I mean, they're the ones making millions of dollars. Yeah. But I loved her performance.
Yeah, she's a beast, bro.
Yeah,
she's really dope. I think like with it, like the show they want to show like progression, so they do like challenge, like bro, like talk about my knockout round song, bro. Like that song, it's Florence and the Machine. Like her voice is insanity. Yeah, and like they threw that at me, and honestly, bro, like in the beginning, like yo, it was super rough. Like I don't even know if I might have like the rehearsal like recorded. It was terrible, bro. Yeah. Like I didn't know what I was gonna do with this. But like I practiced my butt off, bro, and like at the end of the day, it ended up being like one of my stronger performances, man. Like, and one of my favorites too. Yeah. And it's like they want to, cause it's at the end of the day, it's a TV show.
Yeah, they want ratings.
They want ratings.
I get that.
Yeah. So like there's that element of it. But then also like I think like when you talk about the coaches and stuff, I think it depends on what kind of artist you are, cause there's things like you can push back against the coaches if they have, you know, a lane that they kind of want to put you towards, like, yo, like it's your voice. Yeah. You're the contestant. Like you don't have to sing anything you don't want to.
Yeah. My head always jumped to like they'll get someone like, so I listen to a big array of music and it's not like look at me. Yeah. But so like I love Iron Maiden, right? Okay. Which is 80s hair metal, you know what I mean? Yeah. And if Bruce Dickinson,
I know Eddie, but I haven't really listened to the music though. Yeah.
If Bruce Dickinson was on that show, the lead singer of Iron Maiden, and they were like, "Hey, listen, man, like all their music sounds like you're about to storm a dungeon and kill a dragon,
That's
dude.
So
you know
great.
what I mean?"
I love that.
And like I couldn't imagine him being on the show, and they're like, "Hey, you're real good at this, but why don't you sing this Coldplay song?" You know what I mean? And I'd be like, "Are you out of my mind? Your mind, dude?" Yeah, bro. Which no disrespect to Coldplay, but it's but it's completely different stuff. That's what I meant. Like I feel like they fuck the artist sometimes. It's like, yo, you do this so well, maybe could even win this, but they're like, you know, like that girl who did The Scientist. They're like, hey, we're gonna have you do a fucking Janis Joplin now, and it's like her voice doesn't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. It's intense. I think that's where like, if I was doing the show again, I think I would have I don't know, like there's like we have a lot of creative control in the show. Like there's a lot. It's very collaborative.
That's good.
But like I think you really have to go in there just knowing your strengths, knowing your stuff. Like, yo, this is what I want to be. This is the kind of artist I am. Yeah. And like just going for it. Like a part of like I feel like a character trait that like my sister always says, it's like, yeah, like my tragic flaw or whatever. Yeah. Some days I can be very reactive and not like proactive. Same. Like I'll take what someone gives me and then make the most out of it instead of like planning ahead and creating something that's like, you know, it's going to be like amazing because I like put all my heart and soul into this and like kind of understood exactly what I wanted. Like I have a hard time with like getting the vision for something first rather than like I'm good at that. I'm good like my back's against the wall. Like these are like my choices.
You're living
I got to do something.
Living the moment
like,
type of guy.
I am.
Yeah, I get it.
I've always been.
I try to be too.
It can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. Yeah, you know, because like I mean, even with like stuff like Cosmic Love, like it was like on my list, but I was not expecting them to give me that genre. Yeah, but like I made the most out of it. I did what I could. It's like, all right, this is it. I'm just gonna do this.
This is what I gotta do. Yeah. Yeah. It's all good. All good.
Yeah, man.
It's just a fascinating scenario to be in, I feel, you know?
Yeah.
It does make me like wonder, I'm like, oh, that shit must be so crazy. Yeah. And you handle it well, man. You know what I mean? Man. And you're still making music, which is the important thing, man.
Bro. It's been so, especially like
I was on the phone with my buddy on the way here, and he said, when are you having, when are you having that black dude who sings like a white dude on the white? He said, when are you having the black Ed Sheeran on? And I said, he's coming on tonight.
Oh my Lord! Wait, that's actually that's a huge compliment.
You're a big Ed Sheeran guy, yeah.
I love it, and it was crazy because bro, he was one of the main inspirations for me going on the show, and then he ended up being like my battle rounds like mentor.
Oh, so you got to meet him.
I tackled him when I met him.
Yeah.
Like I gave him a huge hug, kind of like the hug I gave you when I saw you earlier.
That's good,
tonight,
man. So
you
me
know?
and Ed Sheeran are on the same fucking
Yeah,
level. That's
bro.
what I'm talking about, man.
That's it, bro.
Yeah.
But
I think he's coming on the podcast next week.
come on, get him here. Yo, no, it was so crazy, man. But that's it. I always wanted to. I didn't want to just be boxed into like R&B because I'm black. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I love all types of music. Like, I'm
Black dudes sing Motown.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and that was
I get
the
it.
and I think that was a cool thing that like, you know, I think why I got the response that I did on the show too is because it was something different. You know,
Yeah.
so because my thing is like. I mean, bro, I'm a black man. Like, that's
Absolutely.
it. And it's like,
I have eyes.
there is exactly, you know, some people, I think, and I'm not even crazy when people say like, oh, I'm colorblind. Like, no, I want you to see my color. I want to see your color because they're beautiful.
I'm
And
the
they
opposite
should
of
be.
colorblind. I love pointing that shit out.
Bro,
Mostly
it's
because it makes other
beautiful.
people uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, bro, I think, all of us are made in God's
Yeah.
image, bro.
I still remember I was at work and a lady stopped me. I worked with this dude Darius, so you can paint the picture in your head of what Darius fucking looks like. I think I told this on the podcast before. And she stopped me and she was like, "Can you get my server for me?" And I was like, "Who is it?" And they were like, "He's tall." And I was like, "Is he black?" And the lady like looked like I fucking misspoke. And I was like, "Well, I think he knows at this point in his life." You know what I mean? I like pointing it out, you know?
I love it. No, and that's great. That's like,
Yeah, let's not realize.
some people, we need blunt, like,
Yeah.
truth sometimes, bro.
Well, I did comedy over the weekend, and there was a couple people like St. Patty's Day dressed up in all green.
Nice.
And I'm Irish, and I was like, you guys celebrating St. Patty's Day? And I got like no reaction. I was like, really? The table dressed in all green, like I'm the asshole? I was like, how many times over the weekend did you guys say we were slaves first? And then they laughed. Because listen, I'm half Irish. I have Irish family members, and I'm like, I don't think you get the difference. I was like, an Irish dude can walk down the street and not get shot by the cops. You know what I mean?
Gosh. Yo, no, dude. Yes, listen. I love that.
Yeah.
I mean, on the show, I think it was like there is such a thing as black consciousness. Like when I walk, I'm always aware of my blackness and like what things I can do, things I can't do without like getting looks or without like people getting like, I don't know, apprehensive or something like that.
Yeah,
like that
sure.
happens legit.
I mean, I'll never understand it, but I
mean,
I have no reason to not believe you. You know what I mean?
And it's like I always want to, like growing up, I always wanted to fool the stereotype. I always wanted to fool what people might think of who I am before they see me. You know, just be like, yo, like I'm just a human, bro. Like,
That's it.
I'm just another dude.
Yeah.
Like why does my skin have to dictate what kind of music I listen to, how I dress, how I talk, how educated I am, you know? And like, so I always felt like, yo, like I'm just me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm gonna do me. You know?
Exactly.
So like going on the show, I was like, all right, well, I love alternative music. This is the kind of artist I don't want to be.
Yeah.
It's like, let's
You
do
don't
it.
want to get pigeonholed into something.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's just like, yo.
Which who doesn't like alternative? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm all over the place, bro. Like, I can't remember what was like I listen to everything, man.
Yeah.
And I love it. Like,
I do, but I'm also pigeonholed into like the same stuff I listened to when I was like in my teenage years, up until now. Like, those are still my favorite bands. You know what I mean?
think it's funny. I feel like that's a thing, period, like across the board.
Yeah.
Like most people, they listen to the music that they really loved, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, 13
And
through like 20,
And
22
some stuff I
or
can't
something
listen
like
to
that.
at all anymore. Like Blink
Yeah.
182, for some reason,
Yeah.
loved them growing up. I cannot listen to them whatsoever
Yeah, sometimes
anymore.
you outgrow it.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know, Blink 182. But I love that genre of music so
Yeah.
much. Like, I listen to other bands that are like
Right.
Blink 182.
Right,
But Blink
right.
182, I'm just like, if it came on, I wouldn't like hate it. But I'm just
Yeah.
like, I would be quick to skip it more than like something else. I'd be like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it, you know?
I don't know.
And as I got older, like my taste matured in music. Like I used to hate acoustic music when I was younger, and now
Okay.
it's just because it was all about loud music, you know. And
Yeah.
now I enjoy acoustic music.
What kind of stuff? What kind of artists do you listen to? Acoustic stuff.
There was
Sheeran?
like a weird Ed
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. I would consider him more pop, but I do like pop a
He
lot.
is very, He's a pop
Like
star.
super acoustic stuff. Like I like some folky stuff. Like this dude Shaky Graves. He's awesome.
I know Shaky Graves. I've heard of him. I haven't listened to
yeah,
him. I love The Tallest Man on Earth. You listen to him?
I was just gonna say same
out.
kind of thing.
Yes,
yeah.
bro. Yeah.
Tallest Man
Christian
on Earth is
Madison,
pretty
That's
good.
my dude, bro.
Yeah.
City and Color.
I like his bands.
Okay, you like Alexis on Fire.
I love Alexis on Fire,
Yeah.
right? And so here's the thing. I think City and Color It's good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not
Yeah.
hating on it.
No, talk
Dallas
about
Green
it.
has a great voice. I think
Yeah.
it's the most interesting band name ever.
Yeah. Well, it's funny.
Because his name's Dallas Green, and I don't think
Exactly.
people realize it's a city
They
and a color.
don't. They don't realize that.
Yeah.
But literally, that's why he named it.
But anytime I see someone like post on social media, they're listening to City and Color, I'm like quick to be like, his band's way fucking better. You know that, right?
I
That's
like
the
just
stuff
put
I
a
go-
cover up,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, and I'll,
Did you put it in the comments?
I'll
I just
comment
didn't
on that
see.
shit right now. I'll be like, Alexis on Fire is way better, man. Cover that shit.
Yo.
Mark actually hates Alexis on Fire.
No, that's not.
Bro, to be
That's-
honest,
that-
I actually
that's-
never listened to it.
That's the story we hype it. So, that's the story I hype. So there's this band. So they're a band, and they're what was it? AFI.
Yep.
So-
AFI.
Yeah, which is also in.
Records came out at the same
Yeah,
time.
their records came out.
Like,
Alexis on Fire's first record came out, which was like a 7-song EP kind of thing. They came out the same day. So Mark never really got into it because he was like, "Why is everyone liking this shit? AFI just came out today."
AFI.
So I gas it up till this day that I'm like, he fucking hates that band, which it's not
I'm
true.
trying to remember some hits from AFI. 'Cause I
What was the big one? Girls Not Gray? Is that the big one that they got on the radio with?
Miss Murder.
Miss Murder, yeah.
You know.
AFI is another interesting band because
Yeah.
not only is it short for a fire inside, but if you spell a fire
Oh,
inside,
wow.
the first 3 letters are AFI.
Well, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
Go hang a salami on the lasagna hut. It's a palindrome.
Which is backwards, go hang a salami. If I'm a,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to write that out, dude. I don't care.
Go
A
hang
fire.
salami on the lasagna hut.
Yeah, why don't you go hang a
Same
salami,
way
dude?
forwards, but it's backwards. It's fascinating to me, man. Since I learned
Yeah.
it, you're trailing off the hours. Go hang a salami on the Go hang a salami on the
What is the AFI
I'm
thing
trying to.
blowing
Yeah,
your
I'm
mind?
literally. I'm trying to wrap my mind. Say it again.
What, the go hang a salami thing?
No. You
Oh,
said
AFI?
is what?
So AFI, the letters
Yeah.
A, F, fire, E, or I inside. But if you spell it out, a fire inside's a fire inside spelled AFIRE. So the first 3 letters of actually spelling it out are AFI
Oh
too.
wow.
So I always thought that was pretty
Oh,
interesting.
that is crazy.
I don't know if they did that part on
No,
purpose. I think they were like a
man.
fire
They're
inside. But
not, no, they're geniuses, bro.
yeah, they're
masterminds.
genius. They did all
knew
that
it.
shit on
They knew
purpose,
it.
dude. They knew. Yeah. But long story short, I love Alexis on Fire.
Yeah.
So I don't hate on Dallas Green at all. I love its
Yeah.
voice.
Man.
But I just like it with like a full band and electric guitar.
Understood.
If I have the option, if there's someone who does a solo project and they have like a full band, I'll always listen to the full band.
Respect.
That's just where I'm at with it.
Respect.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Wonder Years is one of my favorite bands. He has a
Yeah.
solo.
Does
He has
he?
a solo project that I don't like as much, which is
I've never
fucking
seen one of those. I mean, I know they're from Philly. I've never.
Yeah,
been,
they're
like,
from
I
Philly.
should go to a show.
pretty good, pretty
Yeah.
fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the
Still,
kind of
man.
stuff I like. You know, I don't like seeing rap live. I feel like it just never translates well unless you're really good at it. Like if you have it worked out. Like I feel like Mark and Corey do an amazing job when they do Dumb Ugly live, but
Yeah.
I've seen like big rappers live, and I'm like, all right, this is fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
They'll do
it's-
like a bar from a song, and they're like next song, and the DJ
Yeah.
just keeps going.
Yeah. No, I haven't been to too many rap shows either. Actually.
Yeah,
When I think about it.
I've been to a good amount. I feel a lot of pressure to do this a lot, and I'm like, I don't want to. You know, I just want to.
You feel pressure.
Yeah.
It's not natural.
Yeah.
They're like, put your hands up, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll
Yeah,
do it.
I'm super Irish. I don't know if we got that point across, but
that's
I'm just
cool,
like
bro.
super Irish and Italian. So I'm just as pasty and white, and I'm just like,
There's nothing wrong with that.
that's why I tattooed my whole body, man.
There's nothing.
Didn't
wrong
want to
with
be
that.
white anymore.
It's cool, bro.
Just kidding. That's not why I did it. I'm at peace with how I was born.
As you should, bro.
Thanks,
As you
man.
should.
I appreciate that. Yeah, but no, part of me misses doing music, but then it's just, you know, like we're working on something, me and Mark, and because I was
Yeah.
at Stress's house, and he's like, "When you gonna record an EP?" And I was like, "All right, maybe."
Dog, let
So-
me know. I
so-
want to like support.
A dude that actually did this podcast, he's like one of my longest friends, my boy Shane.
Yeah.
Me and him always made music together. So-
Wait, was he like episode like he was
He
like
was like 4
one of
or
the first,
5,
Yeah.
yeah.
Was he wearing a red shirt?
A red shirt? No, he was
can't
wearing a
remember.
beanie and a jacket.
Oh no! Wait.
He talked about snorting the
Wait,
oxycontin
wait,
out
wait,
of the
wait,
asphalt.
wait. That's why I didn't see that one.
All right.
No, but what's he was he in that video that you guys did? The thing that was like you were trying basically
where I
trying to
was
kill
trying to- no,
yourself
that's my boy.
every scene.
So both those,
Bro, I
yeah,
died
both
laughing,
the
bro.
video where I
watched that
killed
so
myself.
many times. It was so funny.
Yeah, Sharky made that for me. It was great.
Oh, wait, Sharky does video stuff too?
Yeah. So
But like the opening, I was like waiting for it to be a like web series, bro.
Yeah, well, I had the idea to do a sitcom where I kept killing myself, like just an intro to a sitcom, like Real Happy Music, and but that's like see, I'm terrible at writing. Like even when it comes to writing jokes, like I write like one word, and I'm like just so I don't forget. So like I did that whole joke about Irish people, and I just wrote Irish people, and like then I'll just riff off that for like 5 minutes.
That's interesting. You're basically a rapper, bro.
Yeah, and we talked about it before the podcast started going about like knowing music theory real well. You feel like you're boxed in. I feel like if I wrote the whole joke out, I'm like boxed in. I got to say it word for word verbatim.
Respect.
So I like to have freedom, but it sucks because sometimes I want to do sketches. Like we have a sketch that never came out, and it's making fun of hype beasts. It never even came out. Yeah,
I've heard of hype beast, but I don't really know.
Like people who are into like Supreme, what new Jordans are coming out, because I'm a big sneaker guy.
Okay.
But I'm not like to the level of like I'm gonna spend $500 on a pair of Jordans, which is low.
I never have. I've never. I wish I was that cool. I'm just not.
Yeah, I'm not that cool either. I mean, I have pairs of Jordans, but I'm just like I don't deserve these. But I came up to Sharky with the idea, and I was just like, I just want to do it like a fucking 90s sitcom theme song where I just keep killing myself in every frame. And he was like, all right, we'll write it out. And I was like, excuse me? I was like, here's just some ideas. Let's just make it work. And we spent a whole day doing it. That was in the beginning of lockdown. But
it's amazing.
The dude in the red shirt that did the podcast, that was Billy, I believe. He was the first episode ever.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And I think the other dude, Butler, was also wearing a red shirt on this podcast. I'm going to look right now. But those were the two dudes that did that video.
But this is not the guy that you were talking about who was wearing the beanie.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Okay, so it's neither of those guys.
Yeah, they both wore red shirts.
But that was great. They did.
Yeah, they both wore red shirts. So shout out Johnny and Billy.
Yes.
I was actually
talking. You guys are great. It was fun.
I was actually talking to Billy. I talked to all those people a lot, but I made like the joke thing because March Madness is going on, so I took the four highest views on the podcast, and I made like a little March Madness bracket.
Oh,
and I labeled people by their views.
It's phenomenal.
And then like people were commenting on Facebook. They're like, "You don't even have my favorite episode on there." And I was like, it went by views. But
you guys didn't cut it.
Yeah, but my boy Billy, who was the first episode ever, he has the most views. And he said, "I'm only on there because you weren't joking back with me, and it just seemed like I was an asshole towards you." And I was like, "Hey man, I appreciated it. You can come on here and be an asshole to me. It's not going to ruin my day." Thanks, man. I'm happy you enjoy it.
It's great, bro. I'm a fan.
You know LTC?
No, what's up?
He's a rapper from around here.
Okay.
He's an artist, I should say. He doesn't he raps, don't get me wrong, but he's a just phenomenal songwriter.
Cool.
He hit me up the other day and he was like, "Hey man, just letting you know I love the podcast. It's good to hear like old friends talk."
Yeah, it is cool.
So you never know who's listening to this shit. In my head, I think I can count the views every day. I do religiously. I'm like, why is this doing this? But it's just good to know when you get feedback and someone's like, "Hey man, I really appreciate that shit."
Yeah.
So when we started talking and you were like, "I want to come on, I love that shit," and I'm just like, I appreciate that, man. It means more than you'll ever know.
Yes.
And you have a new single out, right? Well, newish, right? January, right?
Well, yeah, it's crazy. So I right before the end of 2020, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna put out 4 singles in 3 months, and just did that. So
there you go.
Yeah. So the lead single was this song "We Rule the Night." I put that out in October, and then I put out a track called "Soul to Take" in November, and also my first music video was for "We Rule the Night." That came out on my birthday, November 20th.
Awesome.
And then and then the single "Soul to Take," and then a single with a group from Norway called Naked Koala. We did a track called "Drifted Apart." That came out, I think, second week of December, and then on Christmas Day I put out a track called "Dahlia," and then and they just did a remix actually for the "Drifted Apart" song that just came out a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, man. I mean, that's the one.
Busy with
Can't
it, man.
do shows, so like it's been cool to be able to like put out music though.
I know.
Even during the pandemic.
It's really tough. It felt good to do stand up over the weekend because I haven't done it in I did it like twice in the past year.
Yeah, that's awesome. Man.
So that was like the third time.
I feel like things are starting to open up. Like I got a few, college shows hopefully coming up next month.
Nice.
My agents helped me out with that, which is awesome.
Awesome.
Just
get out and do it, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's it.
Bro, I'm ready to take over the world.
Bro. Yeah, write some hit singles,
the whole
dude.
World,
yeah,
bro.
and then people can watch.
But the thing is, I have so much music, bro. I must have a catalog with at least like 120 songs at this point. Like at least.
Keep them
I got like 3 albums worth, so I'm like just trying to like plan them all out and just. Yeah. But it's like really, it's just about making the decision and just doing it, and committing to it. Like that goes for anything.
Yeah.
Like even like this podcast, bro. Like legit.
Yeah.
Like you were just like, yo, I want to do a podcast. We're gonna do a video a week. We're gonna bang these Jones out.
Yeah. I get it, and more credit to you for
Mm-hmm.
having that much. Like, I get anxiety when it comes to new material because,
Yeah.
like, when we did the special.
Well, so do I. No,
I-
100%.
Well, see, it's just coming up with it because stand-up's
Yeah.
like a little bit different. Like a song, you can half-ass a song. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you personally,
Well,
but
no,
I've
yeah.
done it. I've written songs, and I'm just like, listen, there will be no bridge, and we're just gonna do the verse, the same verse twice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like stand-up,
Bro,
I got to
who's calling
constantly.
me right
Someone's
now?
calling you,
All right,
man.
bro.
Is it important?
It's a good friend of mine, but he can wait.
He can wait.
He can wait. Bro, are you an anime fan?
I am a big anime fan.
Do you like One Piece?
Yeah, I love One
Bro,
Piece.
literally, did you hear the ringtone? Did you hear it?
Yeah, it's the snail.
It's the mochi.
Yeah, I know, brother.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like, I wish they did that. But it
Anime's
doesn't.
2been talked about a couple times on this
Come
podcast.
on, bro. Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
Luffy's like, I just like, well, Ichiro Ido, the guy, the creator of it, like
Yeah,
it's the one anime that I've cried multiple times.
yeah. He's
watching
making
it.
money, man, because he's dragging that
much.
fucking thing out.
Yo, they're like about 1,000 episodes.
Yeah,
It's
I'm pretty not up to date. I'm
Yeah.
not super
where you
far
at?
out.
Where you at? Where you at?
I think the last thing was after Whole Cake Island, so like right at Wano.
Bro, no, you're not that far back.
Yeah, no, but I feel
yeah.
like they've done like probably
Bro.
like 100 episodes.
They've
of
done
it
some
since
crazy
then.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, Drez Rosa had me balling, bro.
Yeah, but we talked about anime the one time. My boy Naeem was on here,
Yeah.
and yet again, you can paint a picture of what Naeem looks like.
No,
but,
I think
yeah,
I saw
yeah.
a piece of that one.
Yeah.
I think
But me and him talked about it. I was like, it's so much more acceptable for a black dude to be like, I fuck with anime heavy in it. No one's
which
like,
is interesting.
Yeah, but I'm a
right?
white dude,
It's
so
a
people
big
are
thing
like,
in our culture, which is I
Yeah.
don't really like all my friends like.
and I'm
they-
a white
they
dude.
love-
People are like, you're a fucking nerd. I'm like,
But
I
I
don't give a
don't
fuck.
feel like that though, which
Yeah.
is weird. I don't. It's very interesting that it's because like my brother-in-law, like my sister's husband, like he's like, yo, he watches more than I do, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Like he's put me on to stuff like
I gotta
like
get
yo,
in a rhythm
Demon
of
Slayer,
it.
all that stuff, bro. Like
Demon
yo,
Slayer's great.
So yo,
People are just catching on to it now. Dabron hit me up last week.
because they
and he
just
was
did
like,
a dub. I think it's on Netflix now.
and he's like, I just finished Demon Slayer. I'm
It's
like,
so
you
good,
just
bro.
finished.
It's
Bro.
You're waiting for the dub. See, are you a dub or a subtitles
Oh, I
guy?
like
Because I'm a
subs.
dub guy.
I'm a sub guy.
I'm a sub.
I'm a sub guy. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm a dub
Yeah.
guy.
You
I
get
don't want to
so much
read
more
shit.
out of a scene with subs anyway, man.
Yeah,
These
I respect.
subtitles
Yeah,
on Netflix
100.
are from the original dub, so they'll say like, "Let's walk here," and in Japanese it's like, "Let's go through the forest." And
Right?
you know,
Yeah. I just feel like the dub, like there's certain things you can't say
Yeah.
in English or like give it the same feeling.
I'm good without
You
the
know?
extra details, man.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
I like the dub.
Yeah.
That just goes to my laziness.
Some dubs are funny. Like my brother, like, he was just watching One Punch Man, and the dub for that is hilarious.
yeah,
It just came out.
That's good either way.
Yeah.
I'll watch that either way.
Which I haven't gotten into One Punch
Naruto's
Man yet,
brutal.
I know.
The dub.
Bro,
His
yeah.
voice is kind of annoying,
Yo, you know it's a chick?
but it's so long.
It's a woman.
Oh, I
does it.
don't-
But
I don't-
actually, a lot of the artists, like a lot of the characters, like they're voiced by women, which is like
Yeah.
it almost messed me
I
up.
don't
But I was like,
disbelieve
all
that.
right,
Bart Simpson's voiced by a woman.
get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, it's weird. I guess for like boys and like Goku. Have you heard like Goku's voice in the Japanese subs?
Way
Like,
better.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's so
He sounds
annoying.
like a little kid. I think it's great.
But he's jacked. It doesn't
Yeah,
work.
he's fucking Jack, man.
It doesn't. For you to be like, and your voice sounds like helium. I don't
Yeah.
feel like that.
Hey, everyone has their preference.
Listen, I don't like that.
Yeah.
It messes me up.
Depends on how long something's out. If I watch it in English or in
Yeah.
Japanese,
Yeah.
and then
Bro, you remember like Sailor Moon and stuff?
Yeah, I never
Toonami?
got into
You
it.
didn't watch? Oh, bro, come on, dog.
yeah,
That one was dope.
I've watched multiple. I have a pretty big anime have watched
Yeah,
list, and
yeah,
just
yeah.
never got into it.
Yeah, I mean it was like because it was on Toonami and it came on right before Dragon Ball Z. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, that was.
Well, I was pretty ahead on Dragon Ball Z because we used to go. Me and my brothers used to go to South Street when we were kids, and we found the place that sold the Japanese subtitles on VHS.
Get out.
So I saw
So
everything.
you were into subs before the internet.
Yeah, I was into it young. Man.
That's
Yeah.
epic, bro. Because literally, I was just watching like I just found out that there are websites that stream these episodes.
Yeah.
Like, but I think I was watching Naruto like every Saturday on Toonami,
Yeah.
and then I found out they were online. It was like, what?
Yeah,
I think
you
for the
can-
next like month and a half, I was just like,
You can skip a lot of it out. Man.
yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, I always think it's an interesting dynamic because, like, I fucking huge musical background. I love anime and I also love sports. And I'm just like, what? Yeah, I
It's
like a lot of
bro.
weird
You're
stuff.
well rounded, bro.
Yeah,
There's nothing wrong with that.
but sports are,
Yeah, I'm honestly not a huge sports guy. Like we were talking about this
You don't
earlier.
gotta be.
Like I'm all like Philly teams, like I'll represent
Yeah.
Flyers, Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, but like I don't really watch it though.
Yeah.
Not really know everybody on the team, but
I mean, football's
always
a
support.
must for me. That's just
Yeah.
because it's one day a week.
yeah,
Basketball, hockey, and baseball, it's on so much.
yeah.
I'll catch like a good majority of games, but like if I miss one, I'm not like, oh man, it's the end of the fucking world.
Yeah.
But I enjoy all that shit.
Are you like what teams do you like? Do you like Philly teams? Too,
Philly
or-
teams, yeah. Yeah.
Respect.
Which I get a lot of guff from my friends who are like from the Northeast because they're like, you're not even from Philly, you're from Ben Salem. I'm like, I don't.
What does it matter?
Yeah. Well, they won't do it like because I
Southeastern
like a
Pennsylvania.
sports team, but like if I
Yeah.
if I ever said I was from Philly, they would lose their mind, and I'm like, I'd never say that. Especially
Yo.
around here. I always use
Yeah.
the fucking analogy. Like if I went to Florida, I would be like, then I would say I'm from Philly because no one gives a fuck if I'm like I'm from a small suburb outside of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is like right on the cusp. Like this is Northeast, but like really on the cusp.
Yeah.
Like does it say Ben Salem? Is it?
No,
wait.
we're like right past the welcome to
I
Ben
just
Salem
realized this
sign.
isn't your house again.
This isn't my house.
This
yeah,
is Dad's
no.
house.
Yeah, you pulled up here and you were like, I'm at your house. I was like, well,
Well,
it's not my house, man.
I was like, yo, there's nowhere to park. It's like on your street. It's like it's not my street.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
2 minutes away from here.
Okay.
So the reason it takes me so long to get here is because I pick up Mark all the way in Morrisville.
Oh,
So
cool.
I leave
wait,
my
wait,
house.
We're not even far, bro.
Yo, you're
We're like neighbors, bro.
Yeah,
Come on, dog.
yeah.
Say less.
Go to his studio,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
If
man.
you think this is spacious,
So wait, where are you?
you will not think that
Yo.
once you walk in there.
Hilarious.
There-
Throw him in an actual closet to do vocals.
yeah, you're gonna get thrown into a closet. There's a chair that takes up most of it, the
You know?
computer, and a dog cage.
Listen, man, I've been there, done that. You
Yeah.
know? That's it.
Ah, it's great.
It's the hustle, bro.
Yeah,
Wait, so are you in Ben Salem or are you in
yeah. I
Philly?
live in Ben Salem.
Where, I was gonna say, where'd you go to high school? Did you
Ben
go-
Salem.
You went to Ben.
Mhm.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, I went to Pennsbury with Jack.
I went to
and all them,
St. Ephraim's.
and-
Then-
Okay.
which
Oh,
is-
right. You said 8 years of Catholic school. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I went to Ben Salem, which is across
Yeah.
the street from my house, literally.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went to Living Green 3 times, which is also across the street from my house.
Living room. What's that?
That's a rehab.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, Joe, why'd you say it? Like
Yeah. Because I could tell you were trying to figure out, like, what kind of college is that? And it's not a college at all.
Stop it. He said.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that in your stand up that like the rehab spot that you went to was like
Yeah.
right across the street from
And we
your
played
house.
softball.
Yes.
Yep.
Hilarious,
Yeah.
bro.
It was pretty sick, dude.
Oh
Fun
my
times.
gosh. Did you ever go home while you were in rehab or no? Was
The
that
first
not
time I went, I was a partial patient, which was like adult daycare. So you went there from like 7 to
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. And they never drug tested me.
adult
Like, they would let me go home during the weekend, and I would come back, and they would never drug test me. I'm like, that's so strange.
It is.
So I did the whole time, and I definitely got high a couple times while I was in there. Then the second time, you lived there for a month. Then the third time, I lived there for a month too. Each thing was like an evolution, because the first
Yeah.
time I didn't know. The second time I definitely didn't know, because they're like, so they'll ask you when you're getting intake at a rehab, they're like, when's the last time you used? And if you've never been to a rehab, you'll try to get bonus points for whatever reason you don't know. So you're like 2 weeks ago, and they're like, oh, we'll just throw you right into the rehab, and you're just withdrawing and detoxing with no meds in the rehab. And so it sucks.
That's kind of that must be
So
terrible.
the third time, they're like, when's the last time you used? I said, literally right before I went to bed.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, we'll get you in detox. I'm like, thank God. Then they make you up, and you're in there for 5 days. Then you move over to the rehab.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yeah, a world that you know nothing about. And I hope you never know about.
I hope I don't too. You
Yeah.
know, but it's like I just respect people's stories. I respect people's journeys, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I don't know if it's much of a journey. It's more if I'm an idiot.
bro. 8 years, bro.
8 years.
That's epic.
A long
man.
time, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the man.
Seems like
bro.
just yesterday. I was a young man. I was 24. I'm 32 now, which I just found out over the weekend. I'm 32. I was thinking I was 31 the whole time.
Get out.
Yeah. So a dude I do comedy with, he actually did the podcast, my buddy Ryan Foster.
Yeah.
He was on stage and he was like, I'm 30. Me and him actually had the same exact birthday. And he was on stage
Oh,
and he's
wow.
like, I'm 32. And I was like, no, you're not. And I went up to him. I was like, you're really 32? And he was like, how do you not know this, you idiot? Because he knows we have the same birthday. And I was like, I thought I was 31 this whole time.
That's wild.
They're watching anime. I can see it through the mirror.
Yeah.
What are you watching, My Hero?
I'm watching Top 10 fight scenes on YouTube.
Top 10 fight scenes.
Nice.
Are they the top 10 fight
Are
scenes?
they
You
though?
know, some guys think.
Yeah, there's like Bleach.
Yeah, it is
and,
some
like,
guys.
My Hero,
Bleach is
all
great.
that.
I tried to get him Mark into
Yeah.
it. He watched like the first like.
Only problem with Bleach, like I watched a
It's
you know,
coming back.
I heard that, which is cool, but my problem is that Ichigo is the worst hero character, like out of all the animes I think I've ever seen, because
Yeah.
Ichigo has no goals. He has no core. Like his entire, well, he's reactive, which is like
Yeah.
me talking. Like I'm just like,
Oh,
how
you
that's
get
how that's
you get
my
in
life.
depth with character development.
I love it, bro.
Yeah, good for you,
know?
man.
But it's like he really like he if Hollows weren't around, if Soul Society didn't, if he didn't get stab himself with Rukia's, get his powers up,
Yeah,
Ichigo just would have been a high school student. Like he would have just been chilling with red hair,
yeah.
But it's like all these things that happen in his life that he's just like he only wants to protect his friends and his family. Which I mean, yeah, that's cool. But it's like but if there's no danger, they're like, what do you want to do, Ichigo?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
And like I feel like that was one of the issues with this story was that like he didn't have any dreams. Naruto, he wants to be Hokage. Luffy, he's trying to be the pirate king, you know?
You're right. Man.
So it's like you gotta have a dream.
I'm excited for this to come out tomorrow, and like a majority of people be like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's just where the conversation went, man. Who cares?"
Come on.
That's my favorite thing about this podcast.
Yeah,
Who knows?
bro.
I tell the same story like 7 times.
I love it.
Yeah, and then we just go off the rails, and whatever we talk about's great.
Yeah, man.
It's really fun to do this.
Yeah.
Because people think they're like, so it's a comedy podcast. I was like, I don't know. If you laugh, that's great, but it's fucking.
I laugh.
It's
I definitely
whatever.
laugh.
You know? Because a lot of my friends came on here and there's like a pressure. The camera comes on. Some people just act different. They're like, oh man, what am I going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. Act normal. Don't be a psycho. But I think it's also good. Like my buddy Zach, who did the podcast, loves it. Listens to it every week. He calls me and he's like, it's great. So I know.
Oh, wait, is this on Spotify too?
Not yet.
Okay.
It will be. It's
Cool.
a big.
Because he said listen to it. I'm like, oh wait, is it because I'm already missing
Well, he'll
out
put it on
on
YouTube and like throw
Yeah.
his phone in the car and just
I
listen
did,
to
bro.
it.
I'm hyped that you're drawing like your special is on Spotify. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
on
like Joe, just look
Spotify.
up Joe White. And
Yeah, and this picture will be up there.
come on.
Yeah, which that's why we're trying to get it on Spotify, so Joe White's a pretty popular name, believe it or not. But so my album was under another Joe White, and like their logo on
outta
Spotify was
here.
like the V is for Vendetta mask. And
Oh, that's
people are like,
crazy.
"Why'd you pick that as your profile picture?" I was like, "You think I fucking picked that?"
It's like so.
I was like, "I would have just used the picture of me," you know what I mean? So people know. They're like, "Oh, that's the guy I'm looking for." But that's pretty close to me. But no, we need to get it on Spotify.
I love it, bro. It's so great.
It's good. It's the best money I ever spent.
You said an artist on Instagram did it, and then she like.
She's
just
a
crushed
tattoo
it.
artist. She works at
Oh,
Cosmic
that's so
Prime.
sick.
Yeah, her name's
Oh,
Stacy.
wow. Wait, no, because I think you
My
did,
friend-
and I looked up her profile. And she's
Yeah.
lit. She's dope. Yeah.
So a couple of my friends tattoo, and I asked like 3 different people.
Man.
Like my friend Sue.
I have one. I feel like I want more, but I just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you got a lot of They're great. They look
Yeah.
really good.
You know, I just do it. I'm
They
getting
look
tattooed
cool.
Friday, so
Get out. What are you getting done?
I'm doing my ribs. My other side, I have this side done, so I'm gonna get this side done, which I've been
Crazy.
putting off because they suck to get. It hurts,
Yeah.
and
So
I
you have
don't.
tats like all over you.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they're everywhere but my back.
Okay.
Yeah, which,
Why? You just don't want them.
just a big spot. I haven't got to it yet.
Yeah.
I took a break, so I got all these when I got sober.
Okay.
So from 20,
Crazy. So you
24
like you
yeah.
weren't tatted up.
Yeah, well, and then I had money
course.
again because I didn't
Yeah.
know what that was. So I just got. It was either get jacked or get tattooed. So I was like,
Nice.
well, if I get tattooed, that's just as good.
Just as good.
Yeah, so I did that. Plus, my parents never really liked tattoos, and they're like never under my roof. But I lived at a halfway house for like 4 months,
Wow.
so I got tattoos while I lived there. Then I moved back home, and I
you-
was
and
like,
they're
I can't
too
get
late
rid of
now.
them.
Can't
Yeah.
get rid of them.
Which led to my mom getting a tattoo.
Get out.
Yeah.
Wow. What you get?
It's a long story, but she got the words lime jello, which is a very inside long story.
All right.
It's not even that long. It's just I wouldn't do a good job of explaining it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Family inside jokes.
Which is why she
bro.
wants to come on the podcast. She's like, I'll come
So
on
she
and
can
explain
talk
my
about it.
tattoo. And I'm like,
I'll-
all right.
I'll watch, bro.
Yeah. But she got her first tattoo, and that's when I got my knuckles done. Because she was like, never do your hands or your neck. Which I don't want to get my neck tattooed. But I do want to get my hands
And you
tattooed.
said no face either.
Yeah, I don't want to get my face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm not a
respect
fan of that.
I respect
But I wanted to get my knuckles and my hands done, and I just,
Yeah. I heard those ones are hurt because they're on the bone.
they weren't that bad.
You're the man.
The stomach was the worst one I ever went through.
Really?
Yeah. And I did it twice because I have writing like Tupac. I don't have Thug Life, but mine says Easy does it. It's dumb.
That's great, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
But Easy spelled EZ. That's what makes it kind of dumb. And I'm just like, why'd I do it like that?
Yeah.
I should've spelled it easy. But I wanted it to look symmetrical. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it's 2 letters, so the E and the Z, and does is yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a
no,
reason
that's actually
why.
cool.
Yeah,
though.
there's a reason
I thought you
why
were
I
saying
did it.
easy like easy E, like with a Z, EAZY.
Oh no, it's just E and Z.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
easy.
that's dope.
Does it?
I think that's cool,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. Some I
Yeah.
just got because it's fucking funny, and then
Yeah.
I just got random shit put on me that I like.
I respect. I mean, I like though. You got a music note there. You
Yeah, I
got
got the microphone in there.
That's so cool,
Got
bro.
the
They're
Wu-Tang
really
symbol.
colorful too.
I got
Wow,
the
that's
Wu-Tang-
dope. That is the Wu-Tang. I didn't know what that was.
Well,
That
I was
is the
buying
Wu-Tang
cigarettes
symbol.
one day, and some young black kid was like, "Damn, I know you old as shit." That's what he screamed at me in the 7-Eleven, and I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Your elbow," and I was like, "That makes me old." So we live in a different time, man.
Yeah, bro.
Buddy, we're towards the end, and I want to gear you up
Howie,
to
that's
do a
crazy,
song.
Crazy.
So we'll cut now,
Time
or whenever I
flies.
stop talking, and we'll have you do a couple songs, or one song, or
I'm
however
here
many
for it.
songs you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
I can do a. Well, I won't do it like.
Yeah.
I won't take up all your time.
I appreciate that. We'll get it going now.